Hello and welcome to Oak Hills High School Open House 2020 style. Hey parents, at least you don't have to navigate all the one-way hallways this time around, right? That's a plus. Anyway, I'm Mrs. Vandeloy and I'm your child's AP Chemistry teacher for this year. Real quick about myself, I graduated with a degree in chemistry from Purdue University. Um, I think I know my stuff. How's that? Hopefully it makes me well qualified to teach AP Chemistry this year. I've been teaching for 28 years total, and it's my 25th at Oak Hills High School. That means I may have had some of you parents as my own students way back when, and if that's the case, I'm sorry I don't get to meet you this year and see how you're doing. Here's a remind feature. If you'd like to sign up for the remind, that means you'd get all the texts that I would send out to your child, remind them about what is due and what to bring to class perhaps tomorrow. So if you would like to get those texts as well, I know some folks do, feel free to sign up. Supplies this year. Please bring the blue binder to class every single day, your child that is, obviously. I created these binders over the summer that has every single assignment, every single paper that they will need for the first quarter. I did that in case we happen to go remote, if they are quarantined, or if I am quarantined, they have everything they need, all right? The next two kind of go together. Please bring all writing materials and calculators to class. There can be no shared materials. Now, this isn't such a case for AP Chemistry. The most common thing is my calculator died, my batteries died. Can I borrow a calculator? I can't do that. So always check, make sure your calculator is in good working order, I guess, beforehand, okay? And no, you cannot use your phone as a calculator, okay? So my policy, my class policy is no phones out, okay? Finally, the students should also make sure they have a mask that fits properly at all times in my presence. I'm a high-risk candidate. I have an autoimmune disease, so I will insist that they wear their masks correctly within my presence. If they want to bring hand sanitizers, of course they may. I do have a hand sanitizer available for all my students. A real quick thing about how I run my classroom. It's a flipped classroom. That means they watch notes in Google Classroom at home, and then they'll answer what I call WSQs, which means watch, summarize, and question. And this is a good way for me to gauge on how well they understood the material, and that will be a talking point then when we start the next day. They will also have an open note flipped classroom quiz that they will take following our discussion. And those they can retake as often as they would like, but before their unit tests, okay? So what does that mean then? We'll go over problems and practice in class. Now, since I started flipping, I think in 2016, my students' scores on the AP test has gone way up, and the average is well above national average, and that means more students are getting college credit for this class, which really is a benefit. So I encourage that your child takes this seriously and do the work that's required. I also threw in here a discussion about labs. There are like 16 required labs for AP Chemistry. We're going to do most of them virtually this year. That means they watch a video and take the data from that video and then use that for their lab write-ups. So there's no other way around that. We cannot use shared lab equipment with full classes. I am, though, going to do a few hands-on labs in these first 2 weeks while I have only half my students. It's more manageable working with the lab equipment, okay? Okay, real quick, I want to talk to you about the Google Classroom as a learning management tool. I know fourth quarter was kind of rough on many students, and especially when different teachers had different platforms. They have had at Oak Hills now every teacher to use Google Classroom. So as a parent, you may not be aware of all the benefits that Google Classroom has, so I thought I would bring some of these to your attention. So it is one site for all materials needed, for finding assignments, for viewing work turned in and what work is still missing, for checking Google Calendar for dates, and then it's a communication tool between your child and myself. First of all, when you open up Google Classroom, or your child does, this is a stream page, and it kind of gives you announcements and anything that I've added to the Google Classroom. Okay, so that's a stream page. I think the next section is the most important page. It's the classwork page. That's where I have put all the assignments in there, any student references. Actually, if you look at this right now, above student resources is actually daily PowerPoints. And I think that's going to be a very important tool for your child to keep up, especially when we are blended, what they are doing each day. So I have a daily PowerPoint. So this is what you should be doing on Tuesday. This is what you should be doing on Wednesday when you are remote. This is what you're doing on Thursday. Hopefully that is a very important tool, and it helps your child be organized. Okay, but you can see other things in here. You can see the due dates and whatnot. Okay. Now, there's also, if you click on one of the assignments, there will be then a description of what that assignment is. Again, there'll be a due date here. Now, I, as a teacher, can see who's all turned in their work, and I can click on this and see which students have turned them in. Okay. This is also a very nice feature. This is found on the classwork page. It says view your work, okay? It's found at the top. So if you click on that, you will see every assignment that I have put in there, all right? And if you've turned them in, if you haven't turned them in, that's what it means assigns. If it's past the due date, that if anything is missing, you can see it all there, all right? I hope that is a really helpful tool for your child to be accountable for completing his or her work, right? No more excuses of, I don't know what's due, okay? So, and this is true for all Google Classroom users, not just AP Chemistry, by the way. So if they're taking other classes, if you have, younger children, this is true for all of them. All right, there's a people page, and to be completely honest, I don't know if you even get this page or not. I know I do, so I can see everyone who's in my class. Also, if you click on those three bars by the class name, you can access then the calendar page, all right? And then that gives you like a week at a glance for what's due. Now, again, I am not too familiar as what students see, but I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe any teacher that has Google Classroom will show up on here. So not just their chemistry assignments are due, maybe their English assignments will also be due. So if you check that out, maybe someone can let me know if that's correct or not. Finally, there are student comments, the opportunity anyway. I've actually turned off the ability for students to leave comments on the stream page, all right? Unfortunately, during fourth quarter, I had some inappropriate comments put on here, so I turned them off. However, if you go to your assignment page and you click in your work that you have turned in, you can also add private comments. Like Mrs. Vandal, I didn't know how to do number 5, something like that. And so we can have a running conversation with this feature here, okay? So right now, if you would like to know more about Google Classroom, I found a video that might be a good perspective for a student and as a parent if you'd like to watch that and learn more about the benefits of Google Classroom. So I hope that this welcome to Oak Hill's open house video was helpful. You know a little bit more about me and a little bit more about how this class will be run. So thank you for watching and take care. Bye-bye.